June 2026, the World Cup has arrived in North America. 48 nations, one dream, one trophy. And on one unforgettable night, the football world stopped breathing. Germany, four-time World Cup champions, one of the greatest football nations to ever exist, against Slovakia, a small country with no superstars, no trophies, nothing to lose. This was supposed to be easy. It was not. When the final whistle blew, the scoreboard read Slovakia 2, Germany 0. The giants had fallen. And nobody, not the fans, not the players, not the entire world, saw it coming. This is the story of the biggest shock of World Cup 2026. To understand how big this was, you have to understand who Germany are. For decades, Germany were untouchable. 1954, 1974, 1990, 2014. 4 World Cup trophies. 4 times champions of the entire planet. When Germany walked onto the pitch, opponents were afraid before the game even started. They were a machine. Precise, powerful, relentless. But somewhere along the way, the machine began to break. In 2018, Germany went to the World Cup as defending champions. They were knocked out in the group stage, their worst result in history. The whole world was stunned, but everyone said it was just a bad year. Then came Euro 2024. Germany hosted the tournament on home soil. In front of their own fans, they were knocked out by Spain in the quarterfinals. And now, at World Cup 2026, the unthinkable happened again. 3 major tournaments in a row, 3 painful exits. The giant that once ruled world football could no longer find its way. Now meet the other side of this story. Slovakia. A small, landlocked country in the heart of Central Europe. A nation of just 5.5 million people. Their football team has never won a major trophy. Not one. Most of their players compete in quiet leagues, far from the bright lights and the cameras. They have no Messi, no Ronaldo, no global superstar to carry them. What they have is something money cannot buy. They are disciplined, they are organized, and they play for each other. Many of these players grew up in small towns, watching Germany lift trophies on television. Germany was the dream, the standard, the team you could only hope to be like. But dreams have a strange way of turning. Because on this night, those same boys who once watched in awe were standing across from their heroes, and they were not afraid anymore. They had waited their whole lives for this moment, and they were ready to take it. From the very first whistle, something felt wrong for Germany. Their passing was slow, their movement was heavy, their confidence was missing. Slovakia smelled it immediately. They pressed high. They chased every ball. They gave Germany no time to think. Every German touch was met with a wall of light blue shirts. And then, against all odds, Slovakia struck first. A move down the wing, a cross into the box, and the ball was in the net. The Slovakian fans erupted. The German side of the stadium fell completely silent. 1-0. Germany pushed forward, desperate to find a way back. But the harder they pushed, the stronger Slovakia became. Compact, disciplined, unbreakable. The German players began to panic. You could see it in their eyes. And then came the moment that ended it all. A counterattack, a perfect finish, and the ball hit the back of the net again. 2-0. The Slovakian players ran to their fans in pure joy. The German players stood frozen on the pitch, heads down, hands on hips, completely speechless. The impossible had happened. For Slovakia, this was the greatest night in their football history. A nation of 5 million had just beaten one of the giants of the game on the biggest stage of all. Grown men cried, strangers hugged, an entire country celebrated as one. But for Germany, the silence was deafening. The questions came flooding in. What has happened to this team? Where did the giants go? How did it come to this? And the most painful part of all, nobody in Germany had an answer. The World Cup of 2026 has only just begun, and it has already delivered one of the greatest upsets the tournament has ever seen. A reminder that on any given night, anyone can be beaten, and dreams can come true for those brave enough to chase them. Subscribe to GOFL, and we'll bring you every shock, every story, and every unforgettable moment of World Cup 2026.